what we call blood-borne diseases. Blood-borne diseases. And there are those we are in page 71, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so blood-borne diseases, the three most, you are told, first of all, you are told to treat all blood and body fluids as infected. Okay? So, ukiona damu, ama, all the fluids that come from the body, you should treat them as if they are infected, isn't it? It's a very serious thing. In fact, some companies, they insist that you have to be given the vaccination for hepatitis B. Na ukikataa kudungwa wanakupatia karatasi usaini. Kwa sababu, whatever their clients, they are going to send you. And upatikane maybe the client akona that kind of a disease na akuambukize, wana absorb the company that you cannot sue them kwa sababu walikuambia udungwe hiyo sindano wafanye nini? Ukakataa. Yeah, so the most three common blood-borne diseases caused by blood-borne pathogens are hepatitis B, hepatitis C, and HIV and AIDS. Before, we used to issue the HIV and AIDS certificates, but now it has been incorporated in the fundamentals of caregiving. This, in this book called as a core basic training course. Severies and the West Nile virus are caused by blood-borne pathogens. Okay. Okay, let's talk about hepatitis B. Hepatitis B. Hepatitis B is a viral infection that affects the liver. Okay, hepatitis B is a viral infection that affects the what? The liver. Okay, it is a more common infection and more contagious than even HIV. Just imagine. It is more contagious than even HIV. That's how serious it is. Approximately 90% of adults infected with the hepatitis B positive will recover. That's the good news, that though they may be infected, they can easily recover from the same, isn't it? Some people exposed to hepatitis B virus may not have any symptoms. Just imagine you're sick, but you don't have any signs, whether you're what? You're sick. A vaccine is available to prevent infection with hepatitis B virus. Talk to your doctor about whether you should have this vaccine. Okay? That's why I say some companies, they insist that you need what? You need the vaccination. So then we have hepatitis C, HCV. So hepatitis B, the abbreviation is HBV. Hepatitis C, HCV virus. Okay, so is a viral infection of a liver that causes chronic inflammation with the possible scarring, cirrhosis, causes permanent liver damage. HCV or hepatitis C virus is not as easy to contract as hepatitis B virus. You cannot easily get it, but it is still more infectious than HIV. You must get sick more than HIV. The majority of the people who become infected with HIV virus remain uninfected and become chronic carriers of the virus. There are no vaccines currently available for hepatitis C. That's a serious thing, isn't it? Mm-hmm. It's just like HIV, isn't it? So both hepatitis C virus, and hepatitis B virus, can be spread through contact with the dried blood. Okay? So ukigusana na damu ya watu wenye huu ugonjwa, you can easily also get it. See the common disease, common conditions. So then we talk about HIV. Is there any questions so far? Okay. So HIV is a virus that damages the human, it damages the immune system. It damages the immune system of an infected person. There is no vaccine against HIV. HIV will be covered in this lesson in a more detailed manner. So how blood-borne pathogens are spread at the workplace? Blood-borne pathogens can be spread by one, a needle stick, or other punched wound. So that's how it's spread. So you're supposed to treat any sharp object with a very serious matter. You can also get infected with blood pathogens through helping a client who is bleeding, isn't it? Saidia client ambaye anasema nini? Tokwa na damu. Changing linens that are contaminated by the blood or other body fluids. That's also another way that if you're not careful, you can also contact the same. Helping to clean up blood, vomit, urine, or feces. Changing dressing or bandage with blood that has oozed from wounds can also make you get the kind of the disease we are talking about here. Contact with broken skin, cracked, okay, weeping or dermatitis. Contact with mucous membrane or mouth or nose, the eyes. Then blood pathogens cannot be spread by providing care for a client with blood-borne diseases when standard precautions are used. So you have to use the cleanliness, that is the standard precautions. You cannot get blood pathogens by sharing utensils, plates, or glasses. You cannot get it through sharing bathrooms. You cannot get it through the air. You cannot get hepatitis B through hugging, sharing, shaking or holding what? Hands. What are the standard precautions? Number one, standard precautions are used anytime they come into contact with the client's blood. Membranes. Standard precaution must be used whether or not you think a client may have blood-borne diseases, isn't it?
Yeah.
So what are the standard precautions? Number one, use protective barrier between you and the blood and the fluid of the person. Protective barrier. Yeah? E.g. what? Gloves, isn't it? Those are the protective, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Gloves, a face mask, the one you put like here to cover your mouth, isn't it? And then and guard, cleaning and disinfecting any surfaces contaminated with blood or body fluids. Following special laundry procedures, properly disposing of contaminated waste and handling needles other than sharp object correctly. Standard precautions are used in addition to other routine infection. Control practices any other time the risk of exposure to blood and other body fluids. The protective barriers, gowns or aprons, isn't it? Naona zile manguo mtu anavaa, isn't it? Ziweza kuzuia wewe nguo zako zisiwe infected. Should be worn when there is a potential of splashing or spraying of blood or body fluids onto your body and clothing from a client. That's why unaonanga watu wananunua scrubs, ndio? Hizo nguo unavaa ili nguo zako personal clothes hazitakuwa na contact na zile za nani? isn't it? Yeah, mask and goggles should be worn when there is a potential for exposure of blood or body fluids to mouth, nose, and eyes. Okay? Cleaning and disinfecting. Any surface contaminated with body fluids or blood should be cleaned and disinfected immediately. Gloves must always be worn as well as any other protective barriers that the situations calls for. So you have, those are what you're calling the standard precautions. Use paper towel or clean up the possible disposal of contaminated materials properly. Special laundry procedures, although the risk of exposure from soil laundry is very small, laundry soiled with body fluids or body should be treated as contaminated always. Wear gloves, put contaminated items in a leak-proof plastic bag or covered hamper until ready to wash. Handle as little as possible and do not shake items out. Avoid holding soiled items against your clothing. Wash items with a detergent or bleach according to the manufacturer's direction. Keep soiled and clean linen separate. Wash your hands after you are done. Proper disposal of contaminated waste. All contaminated items should be placed in a heavy-duty plastic bag, tied shut and placed in a second plastic bag before putting in the trash can. Label with a label contaminated. Normal trash picked up generally an appropriate way to dispose of contaminated waste. Handling needles of other subject, disposable syringes and needles and braids and sharp items should be placed in a puncture-resistant container after use. Regulations vary by county regarding how to dispose containers, so check with your local health department or your supervisor to ensure. Special containers can be purchased from the pharmacy. So, kind of exposure, your eyes are splattered with blood, or how you get contaminated. So your eyes are splattered with blood or body fluids, blood or any body fluids get into your mouth. Both eyes and mouth are exposed, especially if you're not using standard what? Standard precautions. Both eyes and mouth are exposed. A needle stick or a puncture wound. Any bite, scratch, or lesion that may have blood or body fluid exposure. So, flash what to do. If your eyes are exposed to these body fluids, what you're supposed to do, flash immediately with water at least 5 times. Rinse under clean running water. So, hiyo kitu ikikurukia kwa macho, damu ama nini, unastahili kuosha haraka. And rinse 5 times. Blood or body fluids get into your mouth, rinse your mouth with 50 mix of hydrogen peroxide and what? And water. Then rinse with plain water, get medical attention for further action. What else? Immediately rinse both or recommended above, get the thoroughly wash with soap and water. Wash thoroughly with soap and water and pour small amount of hydrogen peroxide on the wound and get medical attention for further action. Any bite, scratch, or lesion that may have a blood or blood fluid exposure, wash the area thoroughly with soap and water or pour a small amount of hydrogen peroxide on the wound. Cover the wound with a sterile dressing. Get medical attention for further action. Reporting exposure to blood-borne pathogens, diseases. If you are exposed to another person's blood or other potentially infected